ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Mandalam 6, Suktam 66. ऋषि भरद्वाज बार्हस्पत्या देवतामरुत् छन्दस्तृष्टु। वपुर्नु तच्चिगुषे चिदस्तु. May Maruts, having a common name and body, falling down to earth, manifest for the benefit of the scholarly invoker. They grow in human and other living beings for yielding food to all, for which cloud, which acts as the udder of the atmosphere, gives pure water, which is as nourishing as milk. Atmospheric air surrounding the earth is being described in the Sukta. It is present in human beings and all other living creatures as pranas. Air is necessary for food production by plants. Water is necessary for sustaining plants and for food production. Wind causes rain. These facts are stated briefly here in this introductory rik of the Sukta. 66.2. Ye agnayo. These maruts purify like well-kindled fire and grow in size by 2 or 3 times on contact with heat or Agni. Their paths in the atmosphere possess the splendor of lightning. They came into being with all kinds of wealth and with strength of various kinds. Air is a purifier like Agni. Air expands with heat. It moves within the atmosphere where lightning is also present. 66.3. Rudrasya ye menushas sandhi putraha. They are the sons of the most bountiful Rudra, Mother Atmosphere, who is able to uphold them, for generating them, sustain them well. This large-hearted Mother Atmosphere is great and vast, who conceives them greatly for the welfare of mankind. Atmosphere supports air, or air can be considered as the son of atmosphere. Air is absolutely necessary for human beings to exist on the earth's surface. Maya Ishante Janusho Ya. By nature, they do not waste their lives. Rather, they enter inside the bodies of living creatures and in this manner purify all, giving up all reprehensible products or acts. They, being perfectly pure, yield pleasure to all by filling up their bodies with prosperity, namely oxygen. Oxygen of the air is the purifier of human bodies, say blood. Oxygen is necessary for conversion of food matter to energy, and so it is the prosperity mentioned here. Pranas take away unwanted materials like carbon dioxide from the living bodies. 66.5. Makshuna Yeshu Lohase Sidaya Chidaya. Of course, they are powerful, going about bearing the common name of Marus among them. They are quick for yielding happiness to mankind. They go from place to place and are active, but they are not thieves. as liberal donors of oxygen. They are well known. They appease even the most fierce man. Air is in perpetual motion in the atmosphere and within living bodies. As pranas, air is a liberal giver of happiness to man. Even wicked men are under the control of pranas. 66.6. Ta Idugra Shavasa. These fierce Maruts, having powerful armies, unite the space and earth with their might, establishing them firmly in their places. Among these mighty Maruts, between the space and earth, the self-luminous lightning sits without making any sound. Atmospheric air separates the earth and the space. That is, lightning appears in the atmosphere lying between the space and earth. Another scientific fact. 66.7. Aneno mo maruto yamo. O Maruts, your movement is sinless. It is impelled by no charioteer, and there is no horse, no foot, and no bridles. But it is a promoter of water. Air goes along the path of the earth and the space, accomplishing the desires of all living creatures on the earth. As described in the first part of the work, horseless, bridleless, wind air moves in the atmosphere, bordering earth on one side and the space on the other. Moving air is wind, which promotes rain by bringing rain clouds over the earth. Nasya varta nataruta nvasti. 66.8. O Maruts, whomsoever you protect in the dissemination of knowledge, none can obstruct or overtake him. Also, whom you protect in the battle for sons and grandsons, cattle, lands, or water, he becomes the destroyer of army battalions as though they are shining like light. This may not need any explanation. Pra Chitramarkam Grinate Duraya. 66.9. O Agni, please prepare wonderful food or praise for Maruts who are invoke-worthy, are quick-moving, and are mighty on their own. These Maruts endure the strength of the foes by their own power. Earth trembles for the fear of these restless Maruts. Objects on the earth are shaken by the wind, and not earth as such. Container for the thing contained. Poetic fancy. 66.10. Tushimanto adharasyeva. Maruts are bright like the flames of sacrificial fire, are rapid movers, are shining like the tongues of fire, are endowed with knowledge, are praiseworthy, are like heroes shaking their enemies. Their birth is splendid and they are invincible. Air, one of the 5 basic elements, manifests because of the manifested self, and hence the birth is said to be splendid. Last look in the Sukta, 66.11. Tam Pradhantam Marutam Prajadrishtim. I serve the sons of Rudra, Maruts, who have splendor in their eyes and who are increasers of strength of others. They are purifiers of the space, are wise controllers of mind, and are fierce to the wicked. Waters and the earth combat for these maruts. Air increases strength of human beings through pranas. It is a purifier like other basic elements, water, fire, etc. Pranas control mental activities also. Land and water compete for the possession of air on the earth and in the atmosphere. This is an admirable sutta describing properties of air scientifically. We go to the next suktam, 67, from Rishi Bharadwaja Barhaspatya Devada Mitravarno Chandas Trushto Vishvesham Vas Satam Jeshtadama. O Mitravarna, I always honor you with hymns. You are the noblest among all good people. The two of you are unequal controllers. In order to make men grow, you check them with your arms, which are like reins or rays. Seer of the Sukta is to talk about Mitra and Varuna, who control the lives of human beings during the day and night respectively. This is the gist of the work. Yam Madvam Prasprinite. O good donors, dear Mitra Varuna, my intellect goes towards you and covers you well with reverence and good food. That secure home, which is vast and unassailable by enemies, may be given to us by you. Secure home implies a word of Atma. With this, meaning of the root should become clear. Ayatam Mitra Varuna 67.3. O dear Mitra Varuna, being invoked by us with food and reverence, please come to us to listen to our good praise. You are controlled as though by your actions people who desire fame and also householders who stay with their children. May Mitra Varuna by their actions control the lives of all kinds of men. 67.4. Ashwanaya Vajina Putabandhu. These two are mighty and speedy like two horses. Their kith and kin are pure. They are preservers of Ruta, are particularly conceived of by Aditi, are really very, very great when manifested, are fierce for mortal enemies, and they keep such men in prison for a long time. Mitra and Varuna are identified with certain aspects of nature, or they are considered as 2 out of the 12 sons of Aditi, Mother Nature. They combinedly preserve Ruta. Rest of the earth may not need any elaboration. Vishve Yatvam Mamhana Mandamana 67.5. O Mitra Varuna, all enlightened souls serving and loving you equally uphold strength or kingdom of the self, honoring you with excellent hymns. In association with you only the vast space and earth containing many articles become covered with light, dispelling darkness of the night, and they become free from all evil of foolishness and become non-violent. Through Mitra and Varuna, enlightened souls uphold the birthless Brahman. So also the space and earth serve as hospitable places for living creatures because of Mitra and Varuna, since they are supposed to protect the universe during the day and night respectively. Tahi kshatram dharayethe anu 67.6. These two, Mitra, Varuna, uphold the kingdom, namely universe, every day. They make the top of the space firm. As though for comparison, they make firm the self-luminous stars in the space. These illuminators of all, having reached the earth and knowledge, life of living beings is firmed up by them, by providing food to them. Mitra Varuna, by their activities, preserve or sustain the universe containing infinite diverse objects in the space and on the earth. Life is sustained on the earth by providing food to all kinds of living creatures. Ta vigram dhaithe jatharam. These two uphold a wise man for filling the stomach. They, with their assistance, make the home happy. O nourishers of the world, you too uphold the water that makes the atmosphere and earth happy without the assistance of wind. They uphold the sun, Mitra Varuna, uphold the sun to fill up the atmosphere with water. Then they preserve the water in the atmosphere along with the air in it. They cause rain, bringing happiness to all. 67.8. Ta jihvaya sadamedam sumedha. O Mitra Varuna, your food is smeared with ghee or water, and you are of good intellect. Whoever seeks from you knowledge of his home, that man who receives true sermons becomes one with truth, which is manifested in Rita. That greatness is yours only. You separate an oblations offering sacrificer from sins. The home is that of Atma. A seeker of the self realizes truth through Mitra and Varuna by meditating on them. Nature is a manifestation. It is unreal. That is the truth. Mitra and Varuna being sons of Aditi, Mother Nature, they appear because of the self. Hence they are said to be great. Prayat Vam Mitra Varuna 67.9. O Mitra Varuna, those highly learned persons competing with each other do not transgress your dear abode, which upholds you. They become like your good sons, as though born out of good actions with strength. On the other hand, those mortals who do not perform sacrifices are your enemies. Seekers of truth come to be protected by Mitra Varuna, as though they are sons of Mitra and Varuna. Self-centered, miserly bargainers are their enemies of Mitra Varuna. They are the preservers of universe during the day and night respectively. 67.10. Viyat vacham kistaso bharante. O Mitra Varuna, when some wise men speak good words, some give utterance to noble words, reflecting upon what has been heard. We tell you truthful praises. By your greatness, you do not move along with other shining beings. Different categories of men glorify Mitra and Varuna in various ways. As preservers of day and night, they keep time for the creator of the universe. In this sense, they are different from other sons of Aditi. These points are stated in the Ruk. Last Ruk in this Sukta is 67.11. Avorithavam Chadisho Abhishtau. O Mitra Varuna, in your presence and in your home, a man becomes not deficient in any manner. When he, being straightforward, firm and mighty, unites you in battle, utilizing noble speeches. A praiser of Mitra Varuna is always happy. Essentially, this is the substance of the Ruk. We go to the next Suktam, 68. Rishi Bharadwaja Devata Indra Varunau Chandas Truštub Jagati. This is one of the misunderstood suktas of Mandalam 6. Sushtivam Yajna Udyata Sajosha 68.1. O great Indra Varuna, this knowledge sacrifice is being prepared by me willingly and gladly, serving all with love equally. Like a thoughtful person, I have spread these seeds for you in the place of sacrifice for invoking you for the attainment of food, knowledge and great happiness. The Ruk conveys the idea that Indra and Varuna are to be talked about in this sukta. They stand for Jivatma and Paramatma in Adhyatmic sense. 68.2. Tahi Shrestha Devata Tuja. O Indra Varuna, you are the best in a sacrifice where shining beings gather. You are slayers of the wicked and mightiest among the fearless heroes. You are most venerable among the wealthy and are endowed with much strength and strong armies. You are destroyers of cloud-like enemies by righteous conduct. Strong armies may imply Marus. Cloud means ignorance, in which case enemies are within one's own mind, imagined due to ignorance. Obviously, Indra represents manifest itself here. Tagrinihi namasyevi shushaye 68.3. O invoker, praise the two Indra Varuna, who desire welfare of all with happiness and who are endowed with strength with reverential hymns. One of them kills the cloud or ignorance with his vajra. The other, who is wise, sprinkles men with strength in battling crookedness or crooked people. Indra is the remover of ignorance by his vajra, the spiritual light of knowledge of the self. Varuna is attributed to be nourisher of human bodies here. 68.4. Vinascha Yen Arascha Vavardhanta. Enlightened sages and other leaders of men who are industrious by their vigor attain speeches of leaders of men and others, and from all sides they grow in knowledge. From them, Indra and Varuna with their greatness came into being. So also the vast space and earth came forth from them. The concept of Indra as universal Jivatma and Varuna as nourisher of human bodies was put forward by enlightened sages to explain the process of creation of the universe from birthless Brahman. This is implied here. In the absolute sense, nourisher implies Atma. Sa it sudanu swava prutavendra 6.68.5. O Indra Varuna, whoever gives you his soul is a good donor with food and is of righteous conduct. That donor overcomes his adversaries and distributes wealth among the needy, whether they are poor or rich persons. Giving the soul means surrendering his I feeling or aham bhava. Here, food may mean knowledge. Wealth could be gross or spiritual. Yam yuvam dashwadharaya deva 68.6. O resplendent Indra Varuna, you give wealth and food of all kinds to a performer of non-violent sacrifice among us. You uphold a man who destroys armies of wicked enemies. May we acquire that wealth which can destroy enemies within. That wealth in this look and the next one implies self-knowledge. With this clarification, meaning of these ruks follow automatically. Udana Sutratro Devagopa. O Indravaruna, may that wealth which is well guarded and protected by enlightened souls come to us who are scholars. With that wealth we can put up with all difficulties, can overcome all obstacles and can acquire wealth and good reputation quickly. That wealth implies self-knowledge, Atmajnana, 68.8. Nuna Indra Varuna Grinana. O resplendent Indra Varuna, being praised by us, please gladden us by giving wealth or for attainment of good reputation. Admiring the strength of great men, thus we may overcome all miseries, like one crossing the waters with a boat. The same comment given on the previous ruk is applicable to this ruk also. .9. The next ruk is pra samraje brihate manma. O invoker, honor that King Varuna who is shining greatly by uttering sweet words of praise. This one is renowned with good reputation, is preserver of Vrutta, is undecaying and is shining with intelligence, like the sun illuminating the earth with his luster. Meaning of the ruk should be clear, even without any elaboration. Varuna symbolizes Atma, the self, as can be seen from this ruk. Indra Varuna Sutapavimam Sutam Sutapavimam Sutam 68.10. O upholders of many laws, Indra Varuna, practicing great austerities, may you drink this delightful extracted Atmiya Pavamana Soma. Your chariot may come every day to the non-violent sacrifice for drinking this essence and for distributing it to enlightened souls. Indra and Varuna are being imagined to be attending knowledge sacrifices regularly and hear praiseful hymns. Last stroke in this sukta, 68.11. Indra Varuna Madhumattamasya. O showerers of happiness, Indra Varuna, may you become stronger by drinking of the sweet Atmiya Pavamana Soma essence, which is showerer of happiness. This nourishing food is prepared by us for you. Please be seated in your appropriate seats in the knowledge sacrifice and be gladdened by us. This is an invitation to Indra and Varuna to attend knowledge sacrifices. No further explanation may be necessary on this rug. We go to the next rug, Suktam 69, on Indra Vishnu by Rishi Bharadwaja Aryaspatya Chandas Trushto. In this Suktam, Indra Vishnu stands for Jivatma Paramatma twin. Or this Suktam is to be considered as in the symbolic language of ancient Vedic sages. Samvam Karmana Samisha 69.1. O Indra Vishnu, I increase your power by the most desirable action. At the end of this act, please accept this oblation and take us across inviolable paths which are free from wicked persons. Please uphold wealth for us. This is a request to Indra and Vishnu to accept this sukta. Indra may be considered as universal manifested self and Vishnu as all-pervading self-atma. Yeah. Vishwasam Janitara 69.2. Indra Vishnu are producers of intelligence in man. They are like vessels containing Atmiya Pavamana Soma. Praised by Vedic hymns, may they protect our speeches. Honored by well-chanted hymns, may they protect the praise of invokers. The manifested self bestows consciousness on man, his mind, intelligence, memory, etc. Soma stands for pleasure-giving essence, physical, pressure, mental and spiritual. Indra and Vishnu are storehouses of eternal spiritual bliss. 69.3. Indra Vishnu Madapati Madanama. O Indra Vishnu, you are the protectors of joy, of delight-giving spiritual Soma essence. Please come to preserve the Soma essence. Let the admirable praises of wise men sung at night, especially with Vedic hymns, manifest you or cause your glory grow. All born forms are protected by Indra Vishnu, Jivatma Paramatma combination. They bestow existence and consciousness, Sat Chit Ananda, on them. The Ruk may not require any further clarification. Avam Ashwaso Abhimadi Shaha 69.4. O Indra Vishnu, may your horses or spiritual light rays, which can overcome all adversaries, delighting together bring you here. Please accept all the praises of intelligent seers of Vedic hymns. Please listen to my Vedic speeches also attentively. As implied by the Ruk, Indra, Vishnu are imaginary shining beings possessing spiritual rays of light. They bestow on human beings existence, consciousness, and bliss associated with gross, subtle, and causal bodies respectively. Satchidanandam. 69.5. Indra, Vishnu, Tat Panayayam Vam. O Indra, Vishnu, when you are delighted by the enjoyment of Soma and Soma essence spiritual, the praiseworthy deeds done by you are: you pervade the vast space, you make the atmosphere admirable with air for our long life and prosperity, you make the world famous. First part needs no clarification. By providing earth, water and air, these two made the universe famous for supporting live forms. Only living beings can experience the existence of the universe. Indra, Vishnu, Havisha, Vavradhana. 69.6. Indra, Vishnu impelled by water or ghee increase by oblations. They are foremost eaters of the oblations and givers of what is worth giving. They uphold for us all kinds of wealth. They are like the vessel holding Soma and is established in the configuration of stars and planets. Jivatma is considered as the enjoyer of material forms. Indra-Vishnu combination upholds all forms. They grow in glory with Vedic hymns. They pervade all luminous bodies in the space. They are givers of delight, like an Agniya Soma vessel. Rest of the Ruk is easy to understand. Indra Vishnu Pibatam Madho Asya. 6.69.7. O destroyers of miseries, Indra Vishnu, please drink this sweet Soma essence and fill up your bellies with them. May these delight-giving refreshments reach you. Please listen to my rendering of auspicious Vedic hymns. No comment. 69.8. Ubha Jigyathurna Para Jayethe. Both Indra and Vishnu are always victorious and never defeated. Among these two, no one is ever defeated. O Indra Vishnu, when you fight with your wicked enemies, you divide your army of thousands of warriors into 3 divisions and inspire them to fight well. 3 divisions of army of Indra Vishnu combat 3 kinds of enemies who are born from ignorance of truth, unreality of existence of physical objects, of imaginary or mental objects, and of the perceiver eye. All objects appear in the presence of Jivatma, Paramatma, Indra Vishnu. With this clarification, this should become comprehensible. We go to the next sukta, 70, on Dyava Prithvi this time, from sage Bharadvaja, Varyaspatya, Chandas Jagati. Dhritavati Bhuvanan The space and earth, which are full of sweet water and other juices, are the main wealth of the universe. They are vast, endowed with infinite objects, are yielding much water, are of lovely form, are undecaying, supporting many kinds of seeds. They were established as per the commands of Varuna, king of the universe. Varuna is being considered here as the creator of the universe. No other clarification may be necessary on this. Asaschanti bhuri dhare payasvati. O space and earth, you are separate with many streams full of much water. You are made by Varuna for doing good deeds, following pure commands, and yield much water for us. Being the masters of this universe, may you sprinkle on us the seed that is beneficial to all men. The space and earth are forms of inert matter. As such, they do not give life to any form. The life consciousness comes from the self only. They uphold the material form that contain the seed, or the so-called seed matter. 70.3. You Vamrijave Kramanaya You Vamrijave Kramanaya Rodasi. O wise space and earth, a mortal who gives himself up to your intelligence for moving on a straight or righteous path, he accomplishes many deeds. Through his seed, he is born again and again as per Rita. The seeds sprinkled by you are born having diverse forms, but ruled by the same Rita. An embryo takes birth, which contains a fusion of material body and a seed-carrying life consciousness. Birth is associated with seed matter and not the essence of life. This is because what keeps the hearts of all creatures beating during their lifetime must be essentially the same. The space and earth uphold the material bodies of living creatures, seed matters of all kinds. 70.4. Ghrutena Dyava Prithivi. The space and earth who are surrounded by water, whose wealth is water, who are united with water, who are increasers of water, who are vast, are endowed with many articles, are beneficent to all, and in which performers of sacrifice are chosen. Wise men praise these two only for performing sacrifice to attain happiness. Most of the rock contains attributes of space and earth. These are known to all from simple common sense. They are vast and contain water. Living creatures perform many actions on the earth. Some men perform sacrifice, some praise the space and earth by Vedic hymns, etc. Madhuno Dyava Prithivi Mimikshatam. 70.5. May the space and earth sprinkle sweetness on us. They are rainers of sweet water, are yielders of sweet water, whose activities are sweet and beneficent, who are of divine nature, and who uphold for us our sacrifice, wealth, great knowledge, or food and good vigor. This seems to be self-explanatory. 70.6, last rook. Urjam no Devscha Prithvija. May the space, who is like our father, and earth, who is like our mother, bestow upon us good vigor. The space and earth, who are knowers of all, who are doers of good deeds, and who are givers of happiness to all, distributing wealth, may impel us to gain proper reward by way of knowledge and wealth. In the whole of this sukta, the space and earth are considered as living entities, though they are really inert forms of matter. He is talking about the personified space and earth, or their souls, in all ruks in this sutta. This is the style of presentation adapted by all seers of Vedic times. To them, all forms of nature are living representatives of the self. With this, we finish this session. Viramastavat.